Hello, I'm Mrs. Russell, the librarian here. It was hard to choose one book. I could have chosen more, but I've chosen one book to read over the summer, and it's The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. And this was recommended to me by Miss Cho. And I started to read it, and then I thought, how am I ever going to read a book this thick? So I kind of put it back, but actually, I'm going to give it a go over the summer. I really like the chapter that I read, and I want to persevere, and I'm sure I'm going to get through it, and I think I'm going to really enjoy it because Miss Cho read, if you can see, all 3 of them. Wish me luck.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Sword and I've got 3 books. I've got Girl Missing. I love Sophie Mackenzie. I've read one of hers before, so I'm looking forward to that. I've heard this one is good and I believe everybody recommends it, so I'm going to give that a try, as in Girl in Pieces. So, good bit of reading coming up for me over the summer holidays. Can't wait.
Good morning, my name is Mrs. Allardyce, you know me from SSD, and I'm going to do the Summer Reading Challenge. I love history, so I've chosen this book, The Interesting Bits of History That You Might Not Remember. It's great to fill in all the little gaps that they are, and it's so nice to have all the little bits and pieces that make a full story. Have fun.
Hello, I thought I'd show you which books I choose from the library if I get first choice. It's gotta be Garth Nix. Garth Nix is amazing. Starting off with Sabriel, really love this book. I've read it so many times and every time I read it, I find something new in it. And then of course I can go on and I can follow the whole series. But he doesn't just write these, he writes other books as well. He writes the Monday series, which is also brilliant. So check out Garth Nix and I'll let you know at the end of the summer what I found out this time.
Hi, I'm Surin and I've spent a long time walking around the library, a little bit clueless, but I have decided to pick this book, which is called The Smell of Other People's Houses, because I think it's an interesting title and I'm a really smelly person. So I like to think about memories that linked, and I'm interested to find out how these lives are entangled together.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Friedley. I used to be the librarian here, but now I'm retiring, so I have plenty of time to read. This is the book that I'm choosing. It's called The Undying of Obedience Wellrest. That's a good enough reason just for the title. But the reason I'm choosing this is because Mrs. Middleton made me read the first line. And it goes like this. For my 15th birthday, my grandfather let me dig my own grave. And I just thought that was a fantastic opening line and made me want to read it. So no, that's what I'm going to do. I'll come back next year and let you know.
Hi everybody, I'm Mr. Broadhurst. I'm here to talk about my summer reading challenge. I'm going to have 2 books this summer I want to get through, or at least 2, but these are the 2 I want to talk about. So the first one is this one here. It's called Rockall, Edge of Existence, and this is a factual account from my good friend Chris Cameron, who tried to break the record for existing on the island of Rockall out in the Atlantic Ocean on his own a couple of years ago. Very sort of story of adventure and survival. So this is first-hand account of that, which I'm really looking forward to. Obviously it's quite a personal book because he's a very good friend of mine. And the other one, I quite like reading about adventure and wilderness. That's what I sort of do. And this is another book I'm going to try and finish over the summer. It's called One Man's Wilderness by a guy called Richard Brunecki, who lived alone in the Alaskan wilderness for about 25 years in a house he built himself. Survived on his own. So a really cool book about solitude and survival and resilience, which sort of chimes a little bit with me. So these are my books for the summer. I'll let you know how they went over the summer. Thanks.